Squadron. Making sure this camera's right. Alright. Alright, I ain't got no tripod, I'm sorry. I'm heavy-headed and I actually broke it without trying to put the camera on it, which is kind of sort of how I got cut, because the screws came out of the thing. I don't know. Alright, that's neither here or there. Alright, so let's talk about particles. These are some particle pointers. Let's break down the number system and the philosophy and theory. Now, there's the 3-wire and the 4-wire. Excuse the ancient Chinese, I wrote this really fast. Okay, the Blofeld brain is calculating things like this. Now, we know that it goes from a half a foot, so 6 inches, to 12, to 24, and so on and so forth, so 48, and yatum shata. Okay, all the way, when we were going by inches, but we know by feet. But we know inches make feet. The green is the Blofeld brain. This is what the program is. And this is how it's going to register in this nature. In the Blofeld, 32 foot equals 1 cycle. Go turn your sine wave or whatever wave you want. You'll see it's 1 up, 1 down. Compression, refraction. Alright. You'll notice that if you go to 64 foot, it is now a half of a wave. So you block this off. And now it's like half of a wave at 64 foot. And then you know that half of that is this, which is 128. Okay? That's this. Now, okay, what you guys need to know is, I know there's 2 crescents, there's 2 chevrons, and there's 2 guillotines and 2 bricks. Well, this will represent the first one. How many particles are actually in each? Well, in the 3-wire in the first rank, you'll notice that it's just 12 in the portrait. That's how it is, because it's 32. So that's 12 particles. You know, if you go to the second rank, it makes it 24. This applies to all of them like that. But this is how many particles are on the portrait. 12. And then if you turn it up from 8 foot to 4 foot, then you have 24, and then 48, 96, and then 192 if you turn it up to half a foot. That's how it works. Because that's how many it shows on the portrait. So if you're in the rank 2, you'll start off at 24, and then you'll end up at 384 at the highest, so a 1 foot. But at a low range, you'll end up at like 1 particle or 1.5 particles or something like that, or a half a particle at that. Because at 64, you'll end up at 3. Let me show you. This is the 3-wire material. There's 12. I just showed you that. So if you turn it down to 64, half of that is 6. Half of 6 is 3. That's 128. That's as low as you can go. But this is... Okay, no, that's not as low as you can go. Because you can go to 128 foot, but that would render you at like 0 particles or a half of 1 or something like that. So, as you scroll up, so you go from 8 foot to 4 foot, if you're at actually 16 foot. Well, that's 16, then 32 and 64. That's how it works. That's how many particles you're going to have in the portrait, because it's done in a 1 cycle. That's how I had to do it. That's the way it works. Now, if this is the 4-wire material, it's the same type of thing here. If it's 4-wire, then you know it starts in the first rank at 16. And if you kill it, then half of 16 is 8, and half of 8 is 4. But you're only in 32. So if you go from 32 foot to 64, then you're at 2 particles, if that. This is how it works. You're taking away by half. So in this case, in 3-wire material, half of 3 is 1.5 or 1.5 or whatever. So I just want you guys to understand how this works. So at 16, you have 32 particles, 64, and then 128 at a foot. And then if you turn it up to half a foot, you know that that is 256. That's how it works. So I hope the particle pointers helped you out. Rewind the tape if you didn't catch that. Yeah. This is how it breaks down. Rewind it if you didn't catch that. I'll catch you on the flip.